Hello everyone, this is Hiba Ahmed from 12G4. Today I'll be talking about the integumentary system. The integumentary system, which is the skin layers, protects the body from viruses and damage such as loss of water. And it's also considered as the largest organ in the human body. It helps in sensory receptors and regulation of the body temperature, protection, synthesis of vitamin D, and finally exertion. There are three main layers, which they are epidermis, which is the outermost layer of skin. You can see it while you are looking at your skin. It's composed of keratin and epithelial cells. It's two sheets thick. Next, we have the dermis, which is the largest portion of the skin. It's beneath the epidermis. It has many different parts inside it, such as blood vessel, which help transport substance, nerve fibers, which carry messages to and from your brain, hair follicles, muscle fiber, which attach to the hair and help the hair stand up. And also there are many different types such as sweat glands which help cooling you down. And finally we have the hypodermis layer, which is the last layer, and it's known as the subcutaneous tissue. Now we're going to talk about the epidermis sublayers, which they are five. First, the stratum corneum, which is the outermost layer, and it's about 15 to 30 cells layers thick. The nuclear no longer exists in these cells because it's completely composed of dead cells. And it's also and the keratin is responsible for hardening and flattening the cell. Next, we have the stratum luteum, which is the second layer from the skin surface. Nuclear are broke down. Only a few nuclear can be seen under the microscope. It's extremely difficult to identify in this in thin skin, and it's almost a beer. So it's really hard to deal with this layer. Then we have the stratum granulosum, which is the third layer from the skin surface. This cell layer contain luminar granules, and these granules lipids and protein into the space above, causing the cell above to start losing their nuclei and organelles. And this layer called skin barrier because it gives the skin its hydrophobic property. Then we have the stereum spinosum, which is the fourth layer from the skin surface. It's the thickest layer, and it's also and here also the keratin starts to live. Cells are irregular and they are not in shape. Cells here are switching over from mitosis, dividing into keratin protection. And lastly, we have the stereum bastille, which is the deepest layer of the epidermis, and we can find it close to the dermal blood supply. Here, in this layer, cells go through mitosis to continually replenish the layer of cells above. The farther the cell gets away from this layer, the sooner they die. Now let's talk about the dermis layer, which is composed of connective tissue, and it's a very thick layer. And here is where most of the skin work is done. And as you can see, we have the sweat glands and the artery and the vein and the hair pulp and the sebaceous gland, which release the sebum from the hair. And finally, for the hypoderms, you can see that it's made up of fat, and that's it. Now I'm going to put a poster which have the most common 5 skin diseases, and if you're interested you can read it and enjoy. And thank you for watching, guys. I wish you enjoyed the video.